Good evening. Hey everybody, how y'all doing tonight? Welcome. Come on in, and I wanted to just talk briefly and give a case update on what's happening with Jussie Smollett or Jussie Smollett. Um, right now, I recently read some information that said he had checked himself into a rehab. So I'm not going to really talk about that. I want to focus on more so his criminal matter, which was he has appealed his conviction. My guess is, just like in Carlethia Russell's case, he does not want to spend any time in jail. He has 6 days under his belt, but he does not want to complete 150 days. And of course, it's highly unlikely that they would have him do the full 150 days. He would probably be released less than that. So let's just give a case update and talk about what's going on, which basically his appeal has started and they've had oral art. So let's check it out. I'm going to be going over an article that's on ABC7Chicago.com website. And the title of the article is Jussie Smollett Case Oral Arguments Begin for Actor's Appeal of Hate Crime Hoax Conviction. This is dated September 12th, 2023, and it's written by Evelyn Holmes and Stephanie Wade. Let's go. The Illinois Appeals Court is hearing oral arguments by attorneys for Jussie Smollett that his conviction should be thrown out. Smollett entered the appeals court on Tuesday wearing a hat, sunglasses, and scarf wrapped around his face so to conceal his identity. Smollett left out a back alleyway in different clothes to avoid the cameras as his long, drawn out legal saga continued. So, again, many people feel that he should not be wasting time with this appeal, that it's not necessary. You've already been convicted. It's not a long time where you would have to be in jail. So accept it and move on. A lot of people feel, just like in the Carlethia Russell case, these cases are being drawn out. Just move on with your life. Do your time. You have been convicted. Both Carlethia and Mr. Smollett both have been convicted. It's time to move on, but it's being drawn out. Just, I guess, the appearance of him coming in with one set of clothes and leaving out an alleyway in a different set of clothes. It's more drama. It's stretching it out. It's more media attention. Um, People just want you to move on. So they're going to recap it, and it says in 2021, the former Empire TV star was convicted of faking a racist and homophobic attack in 2019 and then lying to police about it. His attorneys appealed that conviction on Tuesday, arguing that he should not have been punished for the same crime twice. So, what they're referring to, the legal term is double jeopardy. So, you cannot be tried for the same crime twice. Now, the argument will probably be for Jussie Smollett that I've already gone through this process. I've already agreed to forfeit this money. Um, my case was over. I was done. The legal matter was resolved. I have moved on. However, the prosecution argument would be that you were not tried, that this matter was not resolved. We did not agree to not actually submit charges for you. And we can charge you and we can go through the criminal process, which we did, and you were convicted. So he's saying it's double jeopardy. They're saying possibly the argument could be that you were not tried. You did not go to trial the first time. The second time you did, and you were convicted, and that stands. Okay, so let's keep going. They're going to give us some more background. Back in 2019, he and Cook County State's Attorney Kim Foxx had reached an agreement to drop the charges against him, excuse me, in exchange for a $10,000 bond and community service. The special prosecutor was then appointed in 2020. So that's where it's coming from. In 2019, these charges were dropped. Um, that was by the state attorney. She stepped in, she dropped the charges. They kept his $10,000 bond, and he would be required to do community service. So the special counsel, the special prosecutor that was appointed, is saying no. We have brought these charges against you. This was a terrible criminal act. We were persuaded to move forward on these charges because of the behavior, um, and you have been had your day in court. You were convicted, and you should accept the responsibility. Okay, so let's keep going. Smollett's lawyers claim his conviction violated his Fifth Amendment right against double jeopardy, which is a legal protection against a person being punished for the same crime twice. The special prosecutor disagrees with their premise, arguing that Smollett did get due process and was never prosecuted in the 2019 case, adding that the agreement for his release included an understanding that he could be recharged for the original crime. So the special prosecutor is coming back and saying, no, we did not agree that you would not be recharged. The understanding was that you could be recharged. And we did. We did do that. We picked that case up and we prosecuted you and you were found guilty. So move on. But he's pulling it, and that's his legal right. He can do that. Okay. Smollett's attorney added that the special prosecutor, who they say never should have been appointed, also did not turn over important evidence to the defense team from an hours long discussion with the Ansandario brothers. So, if you're not aware, the Ansandario brothers were basically um, like accomplices. They were able to come forward once police figured out who they were. They decided to tell them basically that they were paid. This was like a job to them. They were paid by Mr. Smollett to attack him, to make it appear that he was harmed, to put the noose around his neck, to pour bleach on him, to fight him as if this was like a racial and homophobic attack. And they bought props to make that happen. They planned it, they rehearsed it, they had a script for them. And when I'm saying them, I'm talking about the Ansandario brothers. It was like a job. He paid them by check. Um, they just wanted their money. So they did not see this as a real attack. They felt that they were hired as actors because they were also actors as well as um, Jussie Smollett. He was an actor. So they felt that they were actors and that they were basically playing a role. Um, and that's pretty much what they said to law enforcement. That yes, we did do this, but we were hired, we were paid, we have the evidence, we have the check. You can catch us purchasing the items. He provided us $100 to buy the props. We practiced it. We rehearsed. We had lines that we had to say. It was a way that he wanted to be beat up. He wanted to have all this happen in a certain area on camera so he could use it later. And basically, we were just hired to do this like role. So To them, it was a job, and they felt that they did the job good. They just wanted to be paid. They wanted the remainder of their money from the job. Okay. Um, so let's keep going. The three-judge panel went into recess on Tuesday afternoon. If Smollett's appeal fails, he would have to finish out his 150-day jail sentence. So that's like 5 months of jail time. He has spent 6 days in jail so far pending this appeal. So he would get a credit, of course, for those 6 days and have to do the remainder. The judge's ruling could take weeks. So eventually something will come down. They will make a decision if this is double jeopardy or not, and that the conviction stands, and that he will have to go to jail for this remaining amount of time. Again, do I think he's going to do 144 days remaining on his time? No. I understand that he does not want to go to jail. He probably does not want this criminal record. I think overall, the bigger issue is what has happened, not the jail time or the sentencing. I think this is showing really a lack of character, a lack of morals, to use some of the worst things that have happened to different people, whether it be being attacked because of your race, being attacked because of your political views with the MAGA, the idea of the MAGA hats, and make America great again. For people to be attacked for that, their political views, for people to attack you because of your sexual orientation. That's another big one. I mean, to uh, ask that a noose be placed around your neck again. Um, that is bringing up lynching and race again, and it just stirs so many strong feelings for people in different ways. Um, it's really really unfortunate that this level of creativity in his mind and his thoughts, that he had to use this creativity in this way. Maybe this could have been some type of ad against violence towards people because of their race, maybe because of their sexual orientation, because of their political views, because sometimes things can be heated and people disagree. I just feel that he could have done something to highlight all of these ideas, but use it in a useful manner, something that could be used and shared like an ad campaign all over the world, all over the United States, about protecting people's rights, about um, making sure that certain people have protections, they have access. There is no violence against you because of your political views or some of the other areas. So I think he could have used this idea, but done it in a different way. I think he has enough acting experience where he could have directed something and used it more in a positive way, even if it's something that he promotes. I'm sure other people would have got behind it, rallied behind it, and supported it. But I think he let himself down. And when you're building a legacy and planning for your future, I don't think this is something that he would want people to remember him for. He knew a lot of people, he had a lot of support in high places, and it's just unfortunate that this has happened. And I believe there's room um, for redemption, right? We want to see people win, we want to see them recover, we want to see them out here doing positive things, making an impact, being a great influence. And we just don't see the contrition. We don't see any real apology for what has happened, what he has said, how he have hurt so many different groups. You just don't see it. And it's unfortunate because he does come from a background where people really fought for civil justice, social um, justice, and that movement of really bringing people together, unifying groups, supporting groups that have a need that may have been disadvantaged or disregarded or overlooked or disrespected. He could have really stood up for a lot of positive change. And that's the unfortunate part. And because you don't really see him taking responsibility that this is a mistake, he is regretful, and he's willing to come back and make a change. I think people could eventually just let this go, but because he have kind of stood in this thing and it's going on now. It said this happened um, in 2019 and it's 2023. We're going into 2024, so people aren't just able to move on because it's kind of like dragging on and all his antics. Um, use your voice. If the reporters are there, talk to them. Tell them that although this has happened, you're looking forward. You're working on change. You're trying to improve yourself because this has to be taxing on you to carry all of this around, to maintain this lie that this is not something that you did, and all the lying allegedly that you did on the stand and things like that. People just want to see you take responsibility and move forward with your life in a positive way, making a positive impact. Because I'm sure, with supporters and things like that, you have people looking up to you. You may have inspired some people, and I think there's room for redemption, but that has to come through acknowledging mistakes, making a change. I think there's room for that. So I just want to play this short little clip, okay, of what was said, and it's very odd that this is like still conversation, but I think it's just the antics. You are known, you are famous. People are going to recognize you, and they want to hear from you. You did interviews before. Why not now? You've already been convicted. You're still sticking to this story that it's not true, but people don't believe the story. People didn't believe the story from the beginning. So there's no sense in maintaining this falsehood. So let's listen to this.
Sunglasses, and scarf wrapped around his face so to conceal his identity. He left down a back alleyway in different clothes to avoid the cameras. His drawn-out legal saga continuing today as he and his attorneys request his conviction be thrown out. The former Empire TV star was convicted of faking a racist and homophobic attack in 2019, then lying to police about it. Jussie Smollett's attorneys appealing that conviction today, arguing he should not have been punished for the same crime twice. In 2019, he and state's attorney Kim Fox reached an agreement to drop the charges against him in exchange for a $10,000 bond and community service. The special prosecutor then appointed in 2020, they argue, amounts to double jeopardy. However, the state says Smollett was never prosecuted in the 2019 case, and the agreement reached for his release included an understanding that he could be charged for the original crime. Smollett's attorneys adding that the special prosecutor, who they say never should have been appointed, also did not turn over important evidence to the defense team from an hours-long discussion with the Osundaro brothers. The three-judge panel is now in recess. If Smollett's appeal fails, he would have to finish out his 150-day jail sentence. He spent 6 days in jail so far, pending this appeal. The judge's ruling could take weeks.
So you guys hear it. It's really a shame that He's paying attorneys. He's returning back to court. They have real cases. They have real work to do. They have real crime to fight. Like, the court should not be inundated with these hoaxes, these fake cases. It's almost as if, they have some rights to appeal and continue to appeal and to fight it, when in reality, you did this thing. Um, you did it. And it's a mistake. Everybody makes mistakes. And this is technically a victimless crime. No one was physically harmed. Um, did you use resources? Yes, but that can be paid. The reality is, in my opinion, the overall issue that I have in this case, and I also had in the Carlithia Russell case, is the use of those resources, the use of time, law enforcement chasing down all of these fake leads, is not a real crime, taking time away from real crime victims, police putting in effort where it shouldn't be for these fake reported crimes, and you hurt a lot of people. The things, the thought, the mindset is awful. To think of every bad thing that could happen to a person. You know, you're being attacked. Somebody's yelling these slurs. Um, you're being called out for your political views. You're called out for your sexual orientation. You're called out for being an African American. Like every possible thing that could happen to one person, you're getting bleach poured on you. Somebody's putting a noose around your neck. You're getting physically attacked by two people. Like he allegedly thought of it all, and he put it all in there, and it was to incite anger and get attention and get people behind him. All of this for nothing when you can use that energy for good. Let it be that you are highlighted for something righteous, something good, something positive. What are you bringing to the table? You're still fighting this, and it's years later. Like, this is not going to get you anywhere. Until change is made, until behavior is changed, um, I don't know how you're going to expect a different result. People are not going to respect you. They're not going to look at you in a high regard with honor. Um, you know, People are thinking, that something is seriously wrong here. You know, um, it's just not right. It's not normal. So I just really wanted to. Should have been really brief, but just wanted to highlight and give an update of what's going on in Mr. Smollett's case. Him, just like Mrs. Russell, they're appealing these convictions. They do not want to go to jail. They do not want to spend that time in jail. And I think they both need it. They both need a reality check. Both of them had all. Both of them maybe just didn't have gratitude because they had it all, and they're not contrite. They're not. Take your punishment because you've been convicted of a crimes, and move on with your life. But that's not going to happen. So here's the update. Check out some of my other videos. I hope you enjoyed this one. Um, Leave your commentary or comment if you like. I'll definitely read it. And hopefully, I will see you in another video. Thanks for checking this one out, friends. Have a good night. Bye, everybody. Stay safe, stay smart, stay savvy. Bye.